All right, so here's the deal. Now we're going to look at how you actually prove triangles are congruent. And there were 5 approaches. All right, and you probably remember these: side, angle, side, angle, side, angle, side, 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 angle, angle, side, and hypotenuse, leg. All right, and that's all well and good, but if you can't see it on a picture, you don't really know how to use it and when to use which. All right, so side, angle, side is exactly that. In that order, a pair of sides congruent, a pair of sides congruent, and the angle wedged between them also congruent. Okay. All right, so a pair of sides, a pair of angles, a pair of sides. So side, angle, side could look something like this. Remember, the slashes indicate congruency, so double slash, double slash. So that side's congruent to that side. Let's say you know that. However, maybe it's given to you, maybe you come to that conclusion, maybe there's a bisector of some kind, who knows. If I also knew these sides were congruent, all right, so I got a pair of sides and a pair of sides here. So what I'm missing is the pair of angles, but it can't be any pair of angles. It has to be the pair of angles wedged between the two sides. So side, angle, side would look like this. Side, angle, side, congruent to side, angle, side. All right, that's side, angle, side. All right, and usually you would write SAS congruent to SAS. See, the A is in between the two S's. All right, angle, side, angle. Kind of the same thing, but reversed. So here, let's say if I told you this angle was congruent to this angle, and I told you this angle was congruent to this angle. Well, that's 2 pairs of angles. So what side would it have to be for side, angle, side? Just like it was here, wedged in between the two sides. Here, the side is wedged in between the two angles. So it would have to be these sides. So that's what angle, side, angle looks like. Same concept, ASA, congruent to ASA. All right. Side, side, side. Wow, this is generally the easiest one to identify. So if I have these sides are congruent, and I had these sides congruent, and I had these sides congruent. That's all 3 pairs of sides. Kids generally see that pretty easily. Side, 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 congruent to side, side, side. All right, and finally, oh no, I'm not sorry. I forgot about one. Angle, angle, side. All right, so with angle, angle, side, you're looking at a pair of angles again, another pair of angles. Now, if it were these sides, it's angle, side, angle. But if it's angle, angle, side, where the side is not in between the two angles, it's any side but these. So it could be these sides or these sides. So I'm just going to pick these. All right? So that's angle, angle, side. Again, if it was the sides here, it'd be angle, side, angle. But it's not those sides. So AAS congruent to AAS. All right? Now, lastly, hypotenuse leg is a tricky one. This is only for right triangles. All right? Because think about it. Regular triangles don't have hypotenuses. Only right triangles have hypotenuses. So if you know you're dealing with a right triangle, which means you know that these are right angles, all right? Now you can look. Well, where is the hypotenuse? The hypotenuse is across from the right angle. All right? The hypotenuse is across from the right angle. So if you know they are congruent, and then the other 2 sides are referred to as legs. The other 2 sides are referred to as legs. So if I pick one of the legs, and its corresponding leg on the other, that should look like ASS, and that's not a way to prove triangles congruent. All right? But in this case, you're dealing with the hypotenuse and the leg. The hypotenuse and the leg. So you would write that HL congruent to HL. All right. Now, there are 2 ways that come up that are definitely not ways of proving triangles congruent. One of them is angle, 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 congruent to angle, angle, angle. All right. That does not work. And the other is side, side, angle, congruent to side angle, which is really ASS backwards, but they try to be nice. So these are both not. All right, not. All right, so all 5 of these work. Now keep in mind, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are generally, if you're in a proof setup, those are reasons. Right? You had your statements and your reasons. These are reasons, and they go with proving triangles are congruent. Right? So you're going to be saying, hey, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Why? Only one of these 5 reasons. Always. Those are the only possible reasons you can have. All right? So hopefully that makes sense. Now, the other thing from an application standpoint I want you to be able to do, all right, so these 5 methods are also referred to as postulates. So I'm saying which postulate would work in proving these triangles congruent. And I've kind of marked them up. So you're looking at this and you're saying, oh, I got a pair of angles. All right, so that's a pair of angles there, right? And then this is a pair of sides here. And what else do I have? Well, you have a shared side to both triangles. This is the same picture from earlier. Remember, you marked that with the X for reflexive. So that winds up being a pair of sides. So you're at side, angle, side. Because the angle was in between the 2 sides. Well, what about over here? Oh, I got a pair of sides, and I got another pair of sides. They look like right angles, but I don't know that they are. Oh, but again, I have that shared side, reflexive. Another pair of sides, side, side, side. Oh, what about here? I got a pair of sides and a pair of sides. I don't know anything about these sides. But I do, wait a second, intersecting lines form congruent vertical angles. So I know these angles are the same. So I'm really at a side angle side situation here again. All right, and then finally over here, I got right angles. Well, right angles are 90 degrees. All of them are 90, wait a sec, so all right angles are congruent. So that's really a pair of angles. And then I have my single slashes, so I got a pair of sides. And again, you always want to think of the vertical angles as like the bow tie, right? It looks like a bow tie. All right, same concept on this one. So you got a pair of congruent angles here. So angle side, so that's angle side angle. All right, so you want to be able to look at these, maybe mark up a little bit more, and be able to determine which of these 5 methods you can use to prove the triangles are congruent. All right, it's easy setup for the multiple choice. Sometimes the multiple choice involves just saying which of the following is not a method of proving triangles congruent. And they'll pick 3 of these and throw 1 of these in. And you're like, oh, okay, as long as you know them, easy questions. All right, so hopefully that made sense to you. Sorry for the shushing. Good luck with the Castle Learning assignment. Thanks.